Welcome to Duo Chat with Brittany
and Cynthia, where we talk about drama shows
like Dawson's Creek, One Tree Hill, and more.
Hi everyone, I am Brittany.
And I'm Cynthia.
And today we're talking about Season 8, Episode 16, title I Think I'm Gonna Like It Here, air date February 22nd, 2011, and the synopsis is:
as the girls plan a surprise baby shower for Haley, the guys participate in tryouts for Jamie's baseball team. Meanwhile, Brooke and Julian pursue adoption while Mouth gets Millicent ready for her first day at work. So, I still remember Taylor at the back of my mind. So whenever Haley or Quinn are looking at pictures of like supposedly their younger selves, I always question if one of them's Taylor, but then I forget she's kind of like out of the picture now. So it's just always them when they see pictures of themselves when they were kids, you know?
Yeah, I just figured it was them since they're the only two on the show.
Yeah, it throws me off for a second every time. So, because I just expect to see three girls in the pictures, but yeah. So,
well, I mean, I guess there's probably one maybe you were closer to.
Right. And then, and then Brooke is having the baby shower at her house, which was nice. And meanwhile, Clay and Nathan are waiting for Ian, while Jamie is waiting for Nathan to take him to the tryouts for the baseball team. Millie's getting ready.
I was happy that when Haley was looking at the picture of her mom, it wasn't like a picture we've already seen. Because, sometimes they only have like two pictures and that's the only thing you have. And it's like,
right.
Like when it's Lucas and Keith and it's that one that you've seen for like 6 years. It's like, why? Okay, here's the thing. If he was like Cooper, or not Cooper, right?
Yeah.
Nathan's on.
Yeah.
Nathan's on yeah. So if he was like that where you barely saw him, right? I could see why you'd have like maybe one picture of him. But Keith was always in his life, so you'd have more than one. And I'm sure at any sporting event Keith was there, so it is a little weird that you would only have one picture of you and Keith. So I always thought that was weird, but they always just kept going back to that one, like as if that's the only picture that is ever taken. And I like here how she had a different one, so that was nice to see. And then did we ever see that one that even Quinn was holding?
Yeah, maybe like once.
Oh, okay. Because I mean, it's not like a noticeable one,
right?
Not like the three of them laying on their mom or whatever.
Yeah. And then Brooke is practicing her interview with the adoption agency. And, she lies about her parents being supportive.
That she has a job.
Yep. And, Julian's thinking about telling the truth, but, Brooke, going through this before wants to, I forget the word, but, no, I was going to say,
Fib.
Yeah, toward there.
But but here's the thing. You shouldn't lie because of what clearly what happens. But like, you shouldn't lie. But also, like, she has done this before, so I do think because she's done this before, she can word things differently,
right?
And maybe she won't have such a harsh person. Because that one just didn't want to listen to anything. Also, if Brooke remembers, wasn't she? Oh yeah, didn't she have like 100 phone calls going off while she was trying to do the interview? So here, who's gonna call her? So it's kind of like you're much calmer too than you were when you were trying to run a company. So I think that all of that goes into play, and I think that lady back then was like, no, because she saw how busy she was. She doesn't have time for a baby. Like, let's be honest. Where now Brooke's calm, a little bit older, like,
and is at home. Yeah.
Right. Like, okay, even all she has to do is then say she's a stay-at-home mom and they'll love that.
Yeah.
So instead of you're a workaholic. So I feel like Brooke could word things differently. Like she could have just said she sold her company. You know, and she wanted to start a family and spend time with her children. You know what I mean? Like that would have been better instead of what she was saying. So it's like she could have just worded things differently. And I think because she's been through the interview process, she should know what they're going to ask. So she just has to word things differently.
Yeah, but it is funny that still Victoria is an obstacle, but this time it's Victoria's actions that is, you know, making it a little bit
Well,
tense.
technically it was her action before too. She spoke.
I know, but it's like her actions of her own self, while as before she was like going against Brooke directly, you know?
Yeah.
So now it's just like Victoria's own mess that is still messing Brooke up. So
And you know, all Brooke has to say is, I'll cut her out.
yeah. I mean, she's done it before.
Right? I mean, and Victoria wasn't a part of Brooke's life for 18 years, so she can easily do it, especially if it's for a baby. Of course she'll do it.
Yeah, but I think Brooke did make a point how it is really early that they got an interview, and with the birth mother as well.
That was weird to me. I didn't realize that birth mothers interview the parents.
I think they do if they want to, but I don't think they have to, you know.
Well, maybe if it's an open adoption, they do.
Maybe.
Because definitely if it's closed adoption, you don't know who each other are. Where open adoption you would, because it's called open adoption.
Right. So, I'm just thinking maybe if they just like wanted to see the parents at least once for themselves, just to kind of get a feel for them, and then, you know, close contact after that. But you know,
I still don't think that happens, but I feel like that'd definitely be more like open. And she was kind of, and it's weird that she was even asking all these questions. Like, where was the interviewer? Shouldn't they have taken charge of, like, you sit and like write down questions that you have, and I will ask the questions like professionally.
Yeah, it didn't sound like those are. Yeah, it didn't sound like there were questions from her, like sounding typed up from somebody else. And then you know, they can't wait for Ian any longer. And Clay says that the Kellerman apple doesn't fall far from the douchebag tree, and Nathan says he would have done this back in the day himself. And Clay says that he wouldn't have signed him if he did.
Yeah, and he's like, then you would have been missing out. But here's the thing: is like, it is annoying that Nathan keeps comparing himself to Ian. Like, I don't know, it's annoying.
Yeah, I mean, Ian's a bit worse.
When Nathan was a bad guy, like, you know, like bad boy and stuff, he was in high school. He was 17. This one is a little bit older, so it's like he should be over that.
Right. Yeah, because they both technically did have hit and runs, but when Nathan did it, it was only Lucas. So
it was only Lucas.
I mean, like, he didn't, like, there's no children, like little children involved, you know, multiple people.
By the way, you guys, she said it was only Lucas.
Well, I'm trying to think. Like, Nathan hit like what, a like lamppost or something?
Wasn't he driving a bus?
No, I was talking about Payne's car. Remember, he was driving it drunk and then hit it against something.
When he was going to get beer.
Yeah, so like he didn't hurt anybody like Ian did. Like that's why I said it was only Lucas.
Yeah,
like, like it's like Lucas was the only one that was involved and he didn't get hurt, you know, from Nathan.
You were killing me with this whole Lucas.
No, I'm just like I'm just saying, like, you know, Nathan only put himself in danger and then obviously Payne's car. But
well, I don't know. He could have put Lucas in danger, but Lucas did get him to stop.
Yeah, like if it was the other way around, like if Nathan was driving behind Lucas, and yeah, he could have hit him that way. But yeah.
But I was just like, I mean, he could have injured somebody on the bus.
Yeah. So, didn't they almost get close to hitting the train or something that was coming?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he could have killed all of them on the bus, or at least the front part of it. Yeah.
So I mean, but again, he was underage, and I know that's not good, but it is better than being in your 20s.
Right, and then like I say, like the little children were involved with Ian. Yeah,
and so I feel like I feel like Nathan should stop comparing himself. Also, I do think even season 1 Nathan would have taken the meeting. Because Nathan, remember, like, especially when Nathan was starting to get away from Dan, if he had gotten a call, he would have been like, great, I get to get away from Dan. I mean, he would, I feel like he would have.
Mm-hmm.
So for him to be like, I would have done the same thing. I'm like, but would you? Because basketball was your world.
Yeah,
And it was also your way to get away from Dan. So I feel like you would have taken it. You would have just probably been a jackass to the person, to the agent, but I still feel like he would have showed up.
Yeah, I think it's because Ian wants his dad's approval, while Nathan really didn't care after a certain point with Dan. So I think that's the difference.
But don't you think that Nathan would have went when he was 17 if he had gotten a call?
Yeah, I'm just saying this is why Ian isn't doing what he's supposed to be doing, because he's like not fully in it because his dad doesn't care and he wants him to care.
Well, because when Nathan says I would have done that, I'm like, I don't think so.
Maybe show up late a little bit, but yeah, he wouldn't have ditched it. Yeah.
Yeah, because he'd have been like way out from my father, where Ian is like, he's never gonna love me, and it's like, okay. And I think that Dan loved that Nathan played basketball too much because they have that in common, where Ian doesn't have that with his dad. And also, like, Ian is so obnoxious. Like being drunk, sleeping around, like so annoying. Also, like, if this is your future, this is what you want to do and get away from your dad, or I don't know, make more money than your dad, don't you think that you would show up to a meeting? Like, I would be Clay. I'd have been like, and you were 17. I would have been like, I'm good. I'm not signing this douchebag because, like, seriously. I mean, show up. Because if you can't even show up to this, what makes you think you're going to show up to anything else? Any important thing, you're not going to show up to it. Or you're going to get so drunk that what are you going to do? Be drunk while you're trying to play? They're going to throw you out.
Nathan and Claire, his like last time to actually get an agent, or else he'll never get one at that point.
Yeah, and so it's like, I am supposed to rely on you? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Like, I would not put everything I had into this guy. Would you?
No.
Because again, if you want something, you'll be there.
Yeah, it seems like Nathan's giving him a lot of tries to be better.
Yeah,
he's still drunk all the time when he shows up, when he does show up. And then, excuse me. And then, so Jamie's still waiting for Nathan because he's supposed to, pick him up after meeting Ian for the tryouts. And that's when Haley comes in wearing a whole baseball uniform with a whistle. And she asks
him, and a hat that says Team Scott.
Yeah. And so, she asks him if he's sure he's not going to regret her staying home today. And Jamie asks, why she's wearing that. And she says because she's excited and she's got a new sport to watch, a new lingo to learn, all that. And kind of embarrasses him with a cheer and blows the whistle.
Then he goes, there's no whistle in baseball. So he's happy she's staying home.
Yeah, but at least she distracted him from, thinking about waiting for Nathan to pick him up. And then Millie walks out of the bedroom wearing her outfit for the first day as a field reporter. And
she's happy, nervous for herself, but also she, feels like this should be Mouth's gig, not hers.
Yeah.
But I mean, think about it. She won it fair and square. They liked her.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, even if it was his tape, yeah.
Sometimes that's what happens. That's why if you're in, like, if you don't want somebody else to get it, you probably shouldn't have them on.
Right. Yeah, so at least Mouth isn't like having any hard feelings about it. Like, he's not angry or anything.
Well, he is having hard feelings and she walks away.
Yeah, but like he's not being mean to her or anything about it.
But instead of just being happy for the girl, like true happiness for her, he's butthurt over it.
Yeah, but he just said that they were right, that she did well on the tape.
Well, she did.
Yeah, and jokes how she'll be able to afford a whole muffin now for herself. And then, yeah, and then Quinn's looking at things from a box that I guess she collected that had to do with their mom, I guess, because she has a little brush, I believe, that has the engraved my girl that she gave her, Quinn, since I was like her because Quinn's Quinn's the oldest, so yeah, that's how she had the brush, because that was Lydia's first girl, and now she wants to give the brush to Haley.
I find it funny because like she had 3 girls and she only gave one a brush.
Yeah, I thought about that too.
I was like, what'd you give the other 2? I was like, so Quinn's the favorite.
Yeah.
She just stayed the favorite. I was like, okay. Yeah, because I thought that too. I was like, okay, so firstborn got a brush with this as my girl. The other 2 got nothing.
And then Clay's even surprised that Quinn's given Haley the brush, but she says she deserves it. And, she's gonna be an incredible mom to her daughter. And then that's when Haley starts calling her. And Quinn's annoyed because she has to keep making up excuses why she can't, hang out with Haley while they're trying to put the baby shower together, because she's helping Brooke.
Yeah.
And then Clay suggests to tell her that she has to rotate her tires because no one ever wants to help with that.
And that's funny because then she finally says it. But Haley knows how to do it apparently.
Yeah. And
I don't know,
wants to do
I don't
it.
know when she learned that.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was funny how that backfired. And then they're in their interview, Brooke and Julian, and she's saying how she was, a student at the honor roll and their homebodies, drinking tea, watching TV at, at home.
Too
all
much
that.
of lying.
Yeah, very specific things. Yeah.
And you can tell these 2 are lying right through their teeth.
Yeah, so the girl, Chloe, I forgot to grab the actress's name because this girl's known for a lot of different roles.
Like, this to me just seems so fake, as in Brooke and Julian and acting. I was like, oh my God. Like, who is that happy?
Yeah, because I think this was a little bit after this actress was on Grey's Anatomy playing Mark's daughter, was kind of the same situation. Remember? When she was going to have the baby?
Sloan?
Yeah, Sloan, yeah. And then I know her best from Hunger Games. I know she's a whole bunch of other things. I think she was Glimmer. Yep. Oh, what's her name? Levin Rambin, I believe. Yeah, so it's funny how she was kind of playing the same role here, playing a young pregnant woman who, is thinking about giving her baby up for adoption, but then at the end doesn't, in both scenarios, I believe. I think. I can't remember.
Did she keep
it? No. I think in Grey's Anatomy she thought about keeping it, but then...
Well, because Mark wanted to raise it himself.
Right. Yeah, but then she didn't want like any connections to him either. That the plot line was kind of stupid, how she like wanted a dad and didn't want a dad and all that. But anyways, yeah, so she asks Brooke and Julian what they do for a living.
And she said she's a fashion designer.
Yeah.
And he is, what'd you say, a film producer?
A big time director. Yeah. And
oh my God. All you gotta do is look up his name.
Right.
And nothing pops up.
Right. But remember how she said for him to let her take the lead, but then he was gonna say something, so she kicked him under the table?
I don't know. It was just too fake for me. I was like,
yeah. No. Yeah, like I wanted to see what he was going to say because apparently she thought it wasn't going to make them look good, so she made him
it probably wasn't.
Yeah,
he's probably gonna say big time director.
Yeah, so then she mentions to Chloe, like, do you know clothes over bros? And the woman says she's not into fashion.
Yeah, and she goes, oh, that's good.
Yeah, so she knows she's completely in the dark about her losing her company.
Okay, so but all you had to do was go home and look it up.
Right.
Because there were magazines that she lost her company.
Right.
That would have been out there if she would have went home and done her research, which is honestly what I would do. Not that I would ever give up my kid, but like if I was interviewing people, I would definitely be looking at their history. And if they're known people like these two say they are, then let's see what the media says about them.
Yeah, versus back then and now, like you can really look up anybody and find out even, I mean, basic stuff, obviously, but like a lot more than you ever would back then, you know? So you can always kind of do some fact checking to see if they were telling the truth or not, you know?
It's like Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah.
But I mean, because think about it, we were juniors. So I
Or
mean,
seniors, yeah.
well, we were juniors at this
Oh,
time.
no.
But,
Yeah, no, yeah.
and so it's like there was definitely internet, so you could definitely go look it up. So I'm just like, really? Do your research, girl.
Yeah, this was the year that, at least as far as I know, Instagram started taking off. So yeah. And then Chloe mentions supportive grandparents. So, you know, Julian tries to say something again. You know, he says supportive, but then Brooke steps on his foot with the heel of her shoe, which really had to hurt. And Brooke tells her that their parents were wonderful people. Lie, obviously. And, you know, Brooke's dad didn't even show up to her wedding. So, and afterward, Brooke is happy with how the interview went because, you know, she lied about everything.
Yeah, little liar.
Blemish the truth. That's what I was getting from earlier. And
liar.
Yeah, they sound like the perfect parents. And Julian thinks they could have been more like themselves.
That's when if you're acting too perfect, that's when you know it's a lie.
Yeah, but Brooke, you know, tells him to trust her because she's done this before. You know, it's an A+ interview, so she thinks that they're gonna get this baby.
Yeah, because her last interview turned out great.
I mean, eventually it did lead her to getting Angie, so it wasn't that bad. But yeah,
I still don't know how she even got Angie because that was very quick.
And after the theme, Brooke is jumping on the bed, saying they're getting a baby, all excited.
Yeah, so then Julian comes in again, redoing the whole like when Jamie was jumping on the bed, when Lucas and Peyton were jumping on the bed, and now here's Brooke. And he was trying to like get down instead of like breaking the
box spring.
Yeah, and she's like, there isn't one. He's like, well, get down anyway.
Yeah, acting like a dad already, yeah.
It was funny. But it is true. Don't be jumping on the bed.
Right.
Like, I get she has money. I don't know. Does she? But I guess she can afford it. Isn't that like a soft bed too? Like, why would you want to ruin that bed?
Yeah. And then she could fall and hurt herself and then can't really take care of a baby if you got like a broken limb or something. And then I thought that jumping into his arms is kind of risky too. But Julian asks when the baby shower starts, you know, because it's going to be at the house.
I was waiting for him to drop her.
Oh, yeah. So Brooke just says whenever Quinn brings Haley over, because, you know, she's the one that's kind of got to like trick her to go into Brooke's house. And Julian says,
why didn't Brooke just call Haley, tell her, I need you to come over?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't take the easy way.
Yeah, like, let's hang out. Like, Julian's going to that'd have been easy. Julian's going with Nathan. Let's have a girls' day, you, me, and Quinn. And then when you show up, there's a party.
Right.
That would have been so easy.
Yeah, so Julian says if that happens, because surprise things never work out, there's stress.
Oh, also, Quinn could have said the same thing, was, hey, Brooke just called me and she wants to have a little girls' day at her house. She wants us over because our men are going with Jamie. You know, like, she still could have used Brooke. Yeah,
so Julian basically describes Quinn because he says there's stress and telling people white lies by people who aren't even good at telling lies, and it's a mess.
Yeah, and then we're getting a baby.
Yep, and now Julian starts jumping on the bed too.
Yep.
And then we find out Nathan is going to be the coach for Jamie's baseball team. And Haley tells him that Jamie is excited and confident, and Nathan says he should be because he's a Scott boy. And Haley tells Nathan that if Jamie doesn't do well, you know, don't go all Dan Scott on him. and then says she's kidding. And because she knows how competitive he can get, and he says he's not. And Haley gives him a look, so he admits that he is. And then she hands him his lunch and the whistle, and like Jamie, tells her that there's no whistles in baseball.
I was waiting for him to say there's no, because what was it that she said? No, what was it that she said before that? Before she blew the whistle, she said something.
Well, she was cheering before Jamie, or do you mean with Nathan?
No, with Nathan, she said something.
That he's
No,
competitive?
like I don't know. No, like I don't know what she said. Like I don't know if it was halftime. I don't know. She said something, and I was waiting for Nathan to be like to say that first of like there's no whatever the heck she just said, verse what, and then say there's no whistles either.
I don't know. I don't know if that was later. Yeah, I remember that part. I just didn't write it out, so I can't remember exactly what she said either.
But yeah, she said something, and I was like,
Or maybe that was. I think that was Julian when he gets there. Or no, before he gets there.
Yeah, that was.
Oh no, they're at the house. They're at. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's later at the house before. Yeah, because I think he was talking to Quinn and Brooke about it, or he was talking to somebody. Yeah, so he's the one that says it. And Brooke was like trying to help him out, and Haley, I think, was correct, or Quinn or Haley, somebody was correcting him, but
Haley wasn't there, so.
Oh, then Quinn was correcting. Okay,
yeah.
Because I know Brooke didn't really know either. And then, yeah, so Nathan tells Haley that his dad could never really get over who he thought he was supposed to be, but he's just fine with being Jamie's dad and her husband and father to Little, but she doesn't tell him what the name of the baby is yet because she has to ask somebody about it first. And that's Quinn, of course. I have a question.
When he says that, why did she say nice try? Because she's keeping the name a secret? Like they're married.
Yeah.
What like, is this?
Because like it would make sense if like he got to pick Jamie's name, but then it's kind of Haley's name. Something like that doesn't work.
No, it's also her father's name. James.
Haley's?
Yes, James.
His name was James.
James.
Did they mention that in the show and I missed it?
Quinn says it at some point that, I think when it's the baby's being born, she says, my dad's name is James.
Oh, okay, because I don't remember that. That's crazy.
Because Clay says Haley Bob. And she goes, my dad's, and that's when she says, my dad's name is James. And he goes, like, okay. So, yeah. They just always call him Jim, but his name's James.
Oh, right.
And then their last name's James, so that was stupid.
Yeah, and then they never said, like, Jamie's named after his grandfather until that point, I guess. But, yeah, that's weird.
Because we just always assumed it was after Lucas.
Well, because Haley James...
He was named after Lucas's middle name, but...
I thought it was after Haley's last name, maiden last name, James, because like, and then that's how Peyton got Peyton Sawyer, and then
Brooke
has, so I thought they were just going by the girls as maiden names, but it actually was other people, or somewhat for some of them.
Well, and you know what I find weird? I get naming your daughter right now after your mom because she had just passed away, right? But when you think about it, who names both of their children after their parents?
Right. Yeah. The same.
And it's your parents. It's not even like you named one
Nathan,
Deb. You didn't name her little Deborah. You literally are naming both of your kids after your parents. So clearly Nathan did not get a say.
Yeah, like not even a middle name or something. Yeah.
Right. It wasn't even, the middle name wasn't even Nathan. It was Lucas.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's my point is like clearly Haley named now both children after her own parents.
Yeah, people in her life. Yeah.
But that's weird to me. Like, it's one thing, yes, because your mom died. But like, what? Who names both of their kids? Nobody in their right mind is going to go, yeah, let's name both of your kids after your parents, who also abandoned you. My parents were here for us.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, my mom let us move in.
Yeah, and she helped.
And she took care of our son. But yeah, let's name our kids after your parents who up and left you homeless after we separated. I'm sorry. What?
Mm-hmm.
So I honestly yes, I get the sentiment thing of because it's her mom, but at the same time, her mom was not a great mother. Neither was the father. So why are we naming these children after her parents?
Yeah, so makes me wonder what Brooke would have named her daughter if she had one.
Victoria.
Hope not. Yeah, after Victoria.
I was just kidding.
I hope not. Yeah. No, I'm just saying I hope not. If that's the way they're gonna keep going, yeah.
But does that make any sense? Like why you would name your kids like that? No.
Yeah, I would at least try to give, the daughter a middle name from Nathan's side or something like, or a name that he wants, even if it doesn't have anything to do with, the women in his family. So,
yep. Instead, I don't know what is Lydia's middle name.
I don't know.
Oh, Lydia Bob.
Oh, right. It's a cat, right? A cat this whole time too. Yeah, I don't know about the names and this show.
But no, she names it Lydia Bob. Because again, who named Haley Bob? Her parents. So let's give you the same middle name. Again, everything is about Haley. I can't stand this.
Yeah, just saw the Scott, very end of it. That's what Nathan is, yeah.
Nathan, you're just a sperm donor because literally that's all you are because what? Also, Jamie does look like Haley. Remember, he also talks about how short he is. So it's what did these children really get from you? I just want to know. So it's just that's what just drives me nuts. And it's not even like Nathan's a bad guy where you would be like, I want to erase everything about you. It's if he's like a deadbeat, well then yeah, I'm not gonna name anything after you. But he's there, isn't he? And he doesn't even get to say in his own child's name. He clearly didn't get it for the first one. And here again, she's like, I'm not gonna tell you. What? What are we, 12? What do you mean you're not gonna tell him? It's his daughter. What? Also, doesn't he get 50% of the say?
Yeah, he should.
In the name? Oh my God, I'm surprised that the kid's last name isn't James. Oh my God. It drives me nuts. Yeah, so I'm not going to lie. I always hated when they named their kids. Because why? Why do we have to name them after? And I get why Lucas was whatever when it came to Sawyer because he just wanted Peyton alive. So if that's what was going to make her stay alive was having the kid's name Sawyer, then Lucas was going to do it. But it's what?
Well, at least it's 50-50 with Brooke and Julian, right? Because they go with Davis and Baker.
No,
their last
names. No, their last name's Baker.
Oh, what's the twins' name? Oh, there we go. Yeah, Julian. That's what I thought of. Okay, yeah.
Jude. Where do they come up with that from?
I mean, Julian, that's the closest I can think of, but at least it's kind of 50-50.
Where do you get Jude and Davis from? That don't even sound like twin names.
Yeah, no. But I'm name-wise, if you forget about the twin part, it's kind of almost 50-50.
Think of twins. They kind of go together. Jude and Davis?
Right.
They do not go together. I mean, what?
Yeah, because I have twin cousins whose names aren't too similar, but they both start with J, so.
Okay, well, at least that would make more sense.
Yeah.
This makes no sense why their names are so far from each other. I'm one is a last name, clearly.
Yeah.
And the other one's Jude.
I'm
yeah,
what? So that's one of the reasons why I'm glad the not spinoff, that reboot, whatever, isn't going to happen, because the characters' names would have been kind of stupid to deal with,
Well, I think. I have a question. Do you think with if they would have done a reboot, they would have kept the same names?
I was questioning that. I don't know, or like adding new kids all of a sudden with different names. I don't know, but yeah, I'm not sure.
Like, would there really have been a Sawyer? Would there really have been twins named Jude and Davis?
Maybe some of them would have had probably nicknames that they went by,
Jay.
mostly. Yeah. Or like, I can't even think of anything for Sawyer, but just like something shorter, something different. Yeah. Who knows?
But yeah, I'm like, that is a question that I have. Like, for the reboot, would they really have kept the names, or would they have?
Yeah.
Because when you think about it, I don't think Peyton ever was going to have another one. And
Right. Yeah.
Brooke was,
Also probably couldn't.
well, and Brooke, this was basically her miracle, like last chance sort of thing. Like everybody was surprised she even got pregnant. So like,
Yeah.
I don't think that she would have again. So it's like,
Yeah, and it would have been too risky for Peyton to try again too. Yeah. So
yeah, so it's like I don't think either one of them. So I think whatever they had was what they were going to have.
yeah, I
So,
mean, Haley and Nathan probably could have at least one more kid, but that would have been it. Yeah.
oh, what are they going to name it after? Haley's grandma, grandpa?
I don't know. Yeah.
What's she going to name it after? That would have been my thing.
Mm-hmm.
She should have named it after Lydia's middle name should have been whatever Quinn's middle name is.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
No, I'm only saying because I don't know why, but I just feel like Quinn is the godmother. I know they never say it, but I feel like she is to Lydia.
Isn't she though? Doesn't she ask her?
I don't know.
Like
well, I know
Brooke.
I know Brooke asks Haley to be the godmother to her kids.
Right. I
in season 9.
Because I've watched a little bit of the next one, and I already forgot what I was looking at before, but I think there was a scene about mentioning something. Or what? It wasn't this episode, was it? I don't know. I feel like it's like
it wasn't this episode. No, they only talk about the name.
Okay, yeah, I already forgot what 17 was already. I haven't looked at it in a couple of days, but yeah, I thought something was mentioned.
So I'm like, it would make sense, I guess, if you're naming, like if that's her godmother. Because Lydia Quinn doesn't really. I mean, you could. But I mean, I guess it's just as bad as Lydia Bob. So
yeah, I mean Lydia Q, maybe kind of.
Lydia Q.
Oh no, I don't know. Something I don't know.
But I don't know. Like whatever Quinn's middle name is, you could have named her that. But again, it would have been Haley's family once again. Right. So I was just like, but yeah, the names drove me nuts. I can't. But again, Nathan's just like, I'm around.
Right.
Okay. So Haley, that means you're going to be a single mom, right? You can do this all on your own because you don't need Nathan. So irritating. You clearly need Nathan. So he should get to name her.
Right. So Quinn's helping Brooke at the house for the baby shower, and then Haley calls her again, and Quinn dramatically rolls over the couch just to make Brooke, stop from answering the phone because Haley's still driving her crazy, wanting to hang out. And, but before Brooke can tell her anything, Quinn yells at Haley that she's smothering her and then hangs up, and she tells Brooke she's not good at lying.
Yeah, Brooke and Julian are like, what?
Yep, so Julian's about to leave to go to the baseball tryouts with the guys. And Brooke is surprised to hear this, knowing that Julian's not any good at sports himself, and not that long ago got tips from Jamie how to hit a ball with the batting cages. And Julian says that just because his expertise is more in the butterfly catching aspect of the game does not mean he will not be an asset still. And he'll give them pep talks during intermission. There we go, like we were talking about before. And Brooke is confused what he means by that, so he guesses halftime. And then she asks 7th inning stretch, and then Quinn mentions that there's only 6 innings in Little League.
Yeah, so even Brooke didn't know.
Yeah, she's close, yeah. And so Haley calls Quinn back, and
I remember what it was, the scene I was thinking of. Julian is at the field with Nathan and Clay, and
Mhm.
they're the ones that say it.
Right, yeah, because he says it again, yeah. Still wrong. Yeah, so Brooke's trying to help Quinn, giving Quinn another excuse to tell Haley. So Quinn tells Haley that she already is on her way to get her tires rotated, and that's why she's taking a second to meet up with her. And because, Haley was asking if she wanted them to go together, but, Quinn says she's already on her way there. And then Brooke says she'll handle the rest of the party. And then Chuck is trying to catch the ball, but keeps missing it. So he gets fed up and starts taking off like his clothes, like his jacket, I think, and his shoes for some reason.
Because,
And runs away.
Because Chuck has that attitude.
Yeah. And so Chase wasn't here, was he? Because you think he would.
I didn't see him. And
I would
have thought he would have been the one throwing the ball to him.
Yeah, and like calming him down. Yeah. Yeah. So then Ian finally gets there, but it's super late. He says he had a thing, and a thing meaning hooking up with a girl because she's right behind him.
He doesn't even know her name, so he wants Clay to ask her name so he knows her name.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a question. Is he going to remember in 10 minutes what her name was?
I get maybe.
Like, you know what I mean? Like he's so drunk or whatever, like or high or whatever, like he doesn't even care to know her name.
Right, yeah. I mean, he seems to remember it when they're there, but I don't know about after they left.
That's what I mean. Probably don't remember. That's why she probably left him. As she should.
Yeah. But I thought it was stupid how he said that Kate loves baseball and that's why he brought her there. But she says she loves the players, but I'm like, does she know it's Little League or does she think it's like one of Ian's games, players? And then Nathan introduced Jamie to Ian.
I think she was talking about Ian.
Oh, okay. Like she's into him. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like that's why she's with him. Also, why would her name be Kate?
I don't know. I don't know about the names on this show in general. They just kind of stopped caring, it seems.
But it was this season.
I know. Yeah, that's why I was saying like Katie. I was like forgetting what I was talking about.
I'm like, why would you name that? Like, I get she's in like a scene, but like they said her name a few times. It's like, why didn't you just say like, hey?
Yeah, you think that was startled Clay for a second too when he heard the name.
It was just weird. I'm like, Kate? And then for Clay to actually be able to say it, I'd be like,
right.
I'd have like PTSD. I'd be like,
huh?
Yeah. I can't say that name.
Yeah, he had no reaction.
He had nothing. I was like, this girl like almost killed you, and there's nothing. I was like, what?
And then almost killed Quinn twice. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, you almost lost Quinn. So it's like, but yet you're okay with saying her name. That was also weird to me because again, it wasn't like it's been 5 years. It wasn't even a year ago. It was literally like 8 months ago because Haley was early pregnant then. So it's like it was 7-8 months ago. It wasn't even a whole lot long, it wasn't even a year. So like I feel like you would still have PTSD.
Right. And then Julian is saying something about Jamie's glove belonging to someone before him and then gets distracted by a butterfly. And Ian gives Jamie a tip to play and then tells Clay he'll see him later and he has to take Kate home. So Julian yells for the auditions to start and blows a whistle.
That's what it was. And that is when, because Nathan is such the athlete, I really thought the first thing that would have come out of his mouth would have been, there's no auditions. But no, instead his thing was, there's no whistles. And then that is when Clay goes, there's no auditions either. And I'm like, but I was waiting for Nathan to say, there's no auditions, losers or idiot or something. Like, what? Yeah. But no, it just goes right past his head and just talks about the whistle. Like, why are you so concerned with the whistle?
I don't know. I guess it's like
I'd be more concerned. I'd be more concerned with the fact that you don't know that this isn't auditions.
I think it was just a noise. Yeah.
I was like, either that or he didn't hear a word he said.
So then Quinn mentions that Brooke invited them to her place later to have a second half of a girls' day over there. So yeah, she did give that excuse finally after a million other things. So she hopes that's okay, but Haley says she doesn't feel like going to Brooke's because she hasn't had the house to herself in so long.
This is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Because by the time they go to Brooks, the boy's already home.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is your excuse then?
Yeah, and it seemed like that I thought maybe when I first watched this, Haley knew what Quinn was up to because she kept saying like, no, I don't want to go to Brooks, and usually she wouldn't fight so hard against it, but she was like really, set on staying home, so that was kind of weird. I mean, and she's pregnant, of course, but like still, it just seemed kind of out of character.
Yeah.
So,
but I just thought it was weird because I was just like, they go later.
Yeah.
Like, so you still had time to chill at home.
Mm-hmm.
It was just weird. I'm like, you kind of then got both of, like, the boys are coming home, so you wouldn't still want to be home having a girls' day because it's not a girls' day.
Mm-hmm.
So you would want to get out after that.
Right.
Especially when all the kids are there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so then that's when Haley tells Quinn she wants to name her daughter after their mom and remembers that Quinn said, before that she wanted to name her first daughter that. So she wanted to check if that's okay with her.
Yeah, this reminded me of Friends.
Oh, yeah, with
because
Rachel and Monica.
Monica wanted to name
Emma,
her
yeah.
little girl Emma, and Rachel goes, that's a beautiful. I'm gonna name her Emma. It's like, okay.
Yeah, that actually happened with my mom too, and my dad's cousin.
Really?
My mom had a name for a girl, and the cousin stole it kind of from her, so my mom was mad.
I don't blame her.
And then yeah, so and then it was kind of perfect timing since Quinn was going to give her the brush anyhow, so the name kind of fit to give her as as well.
Yeah, and then I did like when she said, "I want a niece named Lydia." I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe do you think maybe she realized she was probably never gonna have a kid, so like she was like, sure, I'll just give everything to you because you're gonna have a kid.
Right, that's what I was thinking about too. Like, does she like not want kids, or did she just couldn't picture having kids with Quinn? I mean, not Quinn. Oh my God, Clay. Yeah, because they never brought it up. I mean, like they're still kind of dating early anyhow, but like, no mention of family yet. And you think it would be by now, especially after everything they've gone through, they seem close enough to bring up anything at this point.
Well, yeah, they're living together, so
Yeah,
it would be something you would ask.
I mean, Clay kind of hinted like, "Oh, you're really going to give her the brush." Like that was a little bit of something, but barely anything.
I know. I was like, so does Clay want a kid with her? That was in my head. I was like,
right.
Okay, but yeah, I was like, oh, okay. So that was my thing. Was like, if you really thought you were gonna have a kid, like you would be like, well, it might be a girl, so I should keep it for myself because my mom gave it to me, and I want to give it to my daughter, especially because my mom died. Like I would feel that way, as I feel like most people would. But if I didn't want kids, or I felt like it was too late or whatever, then I probably would give it to my niece because she's the one that's here and, I'm never going to have a kid. So it's like, I think it depends on if you truly think you're never going to be a mom, then it's like, sure, I'll give it to you. But otherwise, I feel like you would keep it. Because what happens if, 5 years later, Quinn has a kid?
Right. I mean, it would have been similar to Brooks, but they could have maybe made up a story where the trauma of the shooting maybe did some kind of damage to a point where she couldn't have kids. Maybe that could have been something.
Well, if they would have, did they place the bullet hole right
I know that would have been a stretch, but I'm just trying to think, like, because it's strange that Quinn never mentioned this until now with the brush and the name, why they bring it up now, like last second.
Like how it's so sentimental.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just kind of weird timing.
And
then Chuck is up to bat now, and Clay throws him the ball, but he misses
doing
all
bad.
three. Yep. he gets mad like last time, and Jamie gives him a tip for next time, but Chuck goes to try to chuck him like Jace. But before he could, Jamie spins around, missing Chuck's fist because it's like he already knew this already, like
That's
for the
because he
longest
does
time.
it all the time.
I know, but we've only seen him do it to Chase, so it's kind of funny that you can see that Jamie already suspected this before and knows better to duck, his punches.
Why do I feel like he's done this to Clay? I don't know. I feel like he's done it. I don't know. But maybe he does it at school to other children. So Jamie's like, I've seen this.
Yeah, probably that too. Either, himself or, other kids watching, yeah.
Yeah, like you got bad behavior, kid.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because he was bullying Jamie really bad before too. And then Jamie goes up to bat and he hits the first ball, and Chuck yells it's no fair because he's a
His
coach's son. Yeah.
I was like,
Mhm.
I don't know.
I mean, you could argue that, but you can this time, yeah.
Okay, you can argue that, but also if you're arguing that at that point, you would be like, well, good job to the coach for teaching his son how to bat.
Mhm.
I'm like, what? Because that would just mean that they've been practicing, which is great. So I was just like, I don't know. At that point, it's good job, coach.
Yeah, or maybe Chuck was thinking too, like the natural talent maybe that he got from Nathan too, just from being his son, maybe.
That's not neither one of their faults.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm trying to think of what Chuck's thinking. Yeah.
Well, let me think about it. Chuck doesn't have a dad who can
Mhm.
help him like Jamie can.
Yeah.
Jamie can just go right to Nathan, and Nathan will help him with any sport. Haley can help him with any homework.
Yeah.
So it's like he
Or
got
in music class, yeah.
But think about it. He has the
Mhm.
best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Whatever he's doing, his parents, one of them knows.
Mhm.
So it's like that would be awesome to just be
Mhm.
like, I think about it. Think about his whole world. He literally can go to anybody for anything. Like, think
Yeah.
about it. If he's in English class and he has to write a poem, who do you think he's calling?
Lucas, probably.
Right. So it's just like that of like, this kid has it made.
Mhm. Yep. And then Millie gets home from work and she's overwhelmed with all the work she has to do, and Mouth's not surprised since he used to have the same job, because Millie didn't know she had to write her own stories and she doesn't even know how, so Mouth apologizes for not telling her earlier.
Yeah, I think to prep her for it, he probably should have
Mhm.
said something. Do you think maybe that's why he didn't say anything? Was like, I want to see, like, because he was a little hurt. So
Yeah, maybe he was still like taken off guard, yeah.
so then it's like, oh yeah, I
Caught
forgot.
off guard.
I didn't tell you. It's like, well, of course you didn't tell her.
Mm-hmm. And then Millie says she should be getting ready for the baby shower, and he lets her know she should leave her paperwork there instead of taking it with her to the shower because she was still having it in her arms. And unless she's doing a story about the shower, so she puts it down, but realizes she also dropped the baby's present. But before she could grab it, Mouth hands it to her, so that was nice. And then the players for the team are announced. Nathan lists off Madison.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So he starts naming off the kids. Why did he say Daniel?
Yeah, and then Clyde. Those are two new names, two new kids that we see once and
No.
never again.
Well,
What?
it's obviously on a team. Like, they can't just say Madison, Chuck, and Jamie. They got to come up with new names. No, Daniel. Hello, his father's name is Daniel. Dan.
Oh, I don't even think of that because it's just Dan all the time. Yeah.
But I
Didn't
was
realize
just
that,
like,
yeah.
What? Like, obviously they got to say random names, but I'm just like,
Mhm.
what? Like, come up with a different name.
Oh, and then they said Steven too. That's, yeah.
It was weird.
Hmm.
I was like, what is up with this?
Yeah, and then Clay's agency, Fortitude, is sponsoring them, it seems. And then, Jamie's finally called, so then Chuck's Julian.
That
In
was funny.
retaliation for that, yeah.
And Julian's like looking at Nathan and Clay, and he's like, what? And it's like,
Hmm.
you guys just stay away from the kid.
Yeah. And then Haley takes out 2 cartons of ice cream for the kids when they get back.
And Quinn's like, what are you doing? And she's like,
Yep.
it's for the kids.
Hmm. Yeah, of course, Quinn's stressing because more time's passing. They're still not at the house yet, Brooks. And now the kids are eating ice cream, even the guys when they get there too.
So it was funny when Quinn was telling them eat faster. And I think it was hilarious when Quinn started eating the ice cream so fast and then got a brain freeze.
Mm-hmm.
And then Haley's like, we don't have to rush.
Right.
It was funny. That's when she finally spills why they have to go.
Mm-hmm.
But I did think it was funny when she told the guys, like, help me. And they were not helping. They're like,
Right.
oh, yeah, I want some sprinkles. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
what?
Yep. Yeah, so Haley's touched that they've put a baby shower together for her. So Quinn tells her to act surprised. So
Well,
Quinn and Haley get to
because
Brooks.
well, because usually you don't have a baby shower.
Yeah, and
Or
a surprise one at that, yeah.
well, I'm saying for your second kid.
Yeah, I mean it's a sprinkle, usually what they call it now, but yeah. But then too, like she's having a girl, so it kind of makes sense because she doesn't have girl things. So
It don't matter.
well, still at least that's what we do in our family, in my
Oh.
family. If they're
Oh.
having different gender for the first time, then we get them whatever the gender is now.
Definitely
Like,
not anything I've been around.
Like my niece, she had her first kid, daughter, and then had a second daughter 5 years later. And I think that was the sprinkle. I don't think it was for the boy right after that. I don't know. There was a sprinkle for one of those, but yeah. So eventually, because she didn't have any baby anything anymore by the time the second one came around. So yeah, she got to go with something.
Because I mean, I've been to the baby shower for the first one, but like, I think now it's more, I feel like, known to have a maybe second baby shower, just like a little gathering of some type, for the second one or third one versus back then.
Right.
Because like when this came out, I was only still celebrating first babies. I wasn't celebrating second, third babies. But I think now in 2025, 26, it's definitely known that you can have more. Which, I mean, you can have as many as you want, but I ain't spending more money on all your kids.
Right. Yeah. I mean, because usually you don't go out that big after the first one, but yeah, it's just a little something.
I'm not buying you gifts for every kid. Well, think about it. Some people may have like 5, 6 kids then.
And then, so Quinn and Haley get to Brooks, and the rest of the women yell surprise when they see Haley.
Yeah, and Haley's overreacting, and she goes, "Was that too much?" And Quinn's like, "Yeah." And then Brooks like, "You told her." Well, you knew she was going to. You saw it all over her face.
Yeah, earlier, yeah. Yeah, so even Lauren is there and Alex as well.
Yeah, like, well, she doesn't have any friends.
Who, Haley?
Well, these people don't have friends. It's just a few of them.
Yeah, the only one that was really missing was Mia, but she's on tour.
Well, and that's the thing. She's not really friends with Millie.
Right.
That's Brooke's friend. Alex is Brooke's friend. But I guess Alex
is Quinn's friend now. Yeah.
But I guess you could say, didn't Alex start recording at
Oh yeah, the studio for her movie.
So I'm sure maybe Haley
it's like a work relationship, if anything.
Well, so was kind of Mia's.
Yeah, at first, yeah.
Well, they don't really sit there and hang out.
Well, yeah, because Mia's always on tour now, it seems.
No, but when she is, where are they always meeting? At Trick.
Right, yeah, I mean,
at work.
Yeah, besides for Payne's shower, yeah. And then Clay and Nathan tell Julian how bad Ian is, and they get to the boat they're meeting him at. Then Ian opens the door and lets a woman out. Is that the same woman? I couldn't remember. Or that's a different one?
No, that's a different one.
Okay. Oh yeah, Tracy. And he like does it purposely so he can show the guys that he actually knows the name of this one,
Yeah, that was annoying. I was like, we got a doofus. You know the name. Sorry, I don't like Ian.
Yeah, neither do I. And then Julian asks if he lives on the boat, and Ian says he just parties on it. It's his dad's, of course, his pride and joy. So he likes to trash it every now and then. And then he invites them inside, but they suggest to go to the bar. And at the baby shower, Brooke puts a tiara on Haley's head, and it's also the same boa from Brooke's bachelorette party. Haley recognizes them. And Brooke says reuse, recycle. And then Alex asks Quinn when her big party is coming to, with the rain and all that. And Quinn says she's not getting a ring.
And everybody's like, oh my God, she's getting engaged. It's like,
yeah.
Okay.
Right, like nothing happened, but they're all acting like it did.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Tell me everything." It's like, "Tell you what?" Nothing's happened.
Right. Yeah, they never even mentioned getting married. They barely could even talk about a Valentine's Day. And then the guys are at the bar, and Clay asks Ian why his dad hates Nathan. And Nathan says what Clay means is that they got off on the wrong foot and never got back on the right one. So Ian says he had a similar experience with his dad, and Julian tells Ian maybe he can fix it because there was a time where he barely spoke to his dad, but it's good now.
Yeah, and he said that's not gonna happen. The only thing he cares about is books, his dog, and that boat. And then Nathan was funny because he goes, you have to admit, the dog is pretty cool. He rides skateboards, and then Clay's like, yeah, that is cool. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, but Nathan didn't say how he found that out because, like, you think that Ian would question it unless his dad takes his dog to campus, you know?
Well, also his name. You could have said, cool dog, terrible name.
Right, yeah. But it's now like whenever Nathan's around Ian, he always tries to talk nicely about his dad, you know?
Well, I think maybe in his head, he thinks maybe eventually Ian will say something nice to his dad about Nathan that'll get him to be like, make him see that Nathan isn't who he thinks he is.
Maybe,
You know,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like if your parent is a teacher, someone may try to suck up to you so that, or, say nice things so that you go back to your parent and it's like, so-and-so said this, which I don't think Ian would ever do, but like maybe Nathan's hoping he will.
And I thought this part was kind of dark when Nathan asks Ian if he's close to his mom, because Ian says that his mom was smart because she had the sense to divorce his dad and then die before he can make her more miserable.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Even they were like, I don't know what to say after this.
Yeah. And then Ian asks if they, want to go trash the boat or not. And then Quinn says, makes a little speech, even though her and Haley come from a big family.
And okay, I was lost at that. What big family? There was 3 of you kids.
Right. Yes, she says they've always been close, at least
like
talking
the
her and
norm.
Haley.
The norm is 2 or 3 kids.
So what at least back then, yeah.
What is she talking about by we have a big family?
Right.
No, you don't. Also, Lucas has just as many siblings. No. It's like, what are you talking about? You do not have a big family. You literally have 2 sisters. And you don't even speak to one. So you have each other. And they're even because she's like, oh yeah, because we got so close. I'm like, so you excluded Taylor out. Congratulations. Like, you did not have a big family.
Right.
I'm sorry, but they lied to you. It's not adding up.
Right. Yeah, so she just says that she knows that Haley is going to love her daughter as much as she, Quinn loves her. And also tells Haley that she's going to love her daughter just as much as their mom loved them.
Well, I would hope so.
Yeah, that's when Haley opens the gift, where it's the brush that their mom gave Quinn. And, Haley doesn't want to take it at first, of course, because their mom gave it to her. But Quinn tells her she's going to, giving it to her now. And then go back to the bar. Ian asks the guys. This is kind of random to me because he's like, do you guys have brothers? And he's an only child.
I think it's because maybe he's trying to tell them, like, because he's an only child, this is why he's behaving like this.
Yeah, but he could have said, do you guys have any siblings, instead of brothers? Like, that was kind of specific.
Well, I think, because he kind of did say why. He said, I'm the only thing of his legacy or whatever.
I mean, a daughter could still be too. Yeah.
And so I think that's why I guess it's just in their heads of like the father's gonna follow, or the boy is gonna follow in the father's footsteps. I mean, they're kind of sometimes making it seem like Jamie is gonna go towards Nathan, like hit like sports,
right?
And stuff like that. So I don't know, but well, and then that's when Nathan was so awkward. He was like, I have one. It's like, oh my God. Like,
Yeah, like that was kind of weird. I'm like,
you have a brother.
yeah, it's like a yes or no question.
I would have
Like
been like,
easy.
I'd have been like, what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised nobody else said that because he's just like, what?
Mm-hmm.
We all know he's
Like,
your brother.
yeah, I don't know if it was like awkward for him because he was gonna say maybe half brother at first, but he didn't want to say half, so he like was gonna back out, but then kind of ended up saying it like that. I don't know, but
But also, a lot of the times they just said we're brothers.
mm-hmm.
Yes, there were times when they would tell people we're half because they wanted people to know, you know, that they were half and didn't share like the same mom or whatever. But like, especially when Deb was going through her stuff, Lucas is like, she ain't
Mm-hmm.
my mom. But it's like, yeah, I think most of the time they just said they were brothers.
Right.
Either somebody would bring it up that you're half or they would, but like, um, they normally just said we're brothers, especially when they got older. They were
Mm-hmm.
just brothers. They weren't half anything. So when he said that, I was like, huh?
Right. Yeah.
Like, what does it matter?
Mm-hmm.
You're brothers. You got the same last name. Shut up.
Mm-hmm.
And stop being annoying.
Yeah, it's like he was like embarrassed, being related to Lucas or something. It was weird. Yeah.
Which is weird because Lucas is the one that was embarrassed to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Ian tells, like he actually opens up for the first time. He tells the other guys that they understand then that it was, just him growing up with his dad's hopes and dreams, all pinned on him. And then that's when Nathan finally says he might have had a brother, but that didn't save either of them from their dad's failed dreams, which is true.
Which is really true.
Hmm. So I think this is the moment.
Because if you weren't doing what Dan wanted you to do, you were the terrible child.
Hmm. Yeah, unclaimed child. Yeah. Yeah, so I think this is the moment that Ian and Nathan kind of bonded about their dads,
Yeah,
finally, because I think that's what Nathan's been trying to do the whole time.
but Dan is still worse. Well, I think Nathan's also just trying to like understand Ian, and so
Hmm.
that he can show Clay who he is.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, he's trying
But
to
I
bring up the
don't.
dads. Yeah,
But I don't think it's working. Like he's
right.
still just a jerk.
Hmm. Yeah, so Clay says Nathan really gets it, and Ian just walks away real quick. And Clay mentions to Julian that he's been zen all day, like what's going on. So Julian says he's been taking it in, like all the dad talk, because him and Brooke are going to adopt. And he tells Clay and Nathan that they had their first interview with the birth mother that morning, and it went great. So they'll see.
Yep. And so Nathan's like we definitely have to like cheers to that and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's kind of funny when we go to the girls because Brooke is completely opposite of Julian, like, keeping it hush. Because, we see Brooke popping some champagne, and Lauren thanks Brooke for saving her life after the car accident because we haven't seen Lauren since the car accident. So, I wouldn't be surprised if some people might have thought that she didn't make it because she was just never mentioned after, that episode again either.
Mm-hmm.
And Haley says she misses beer. So Alex, from her, first sober time, says to get someone else to drink it for her.
Yeah,
Though the
so
buzz
they
isn't
say
as good.
Brooke.
Yeah.
So then Haley chooses Brooke to chug
Yeah.
the beer.
Yep. And that timing was something. Because by the time she drinks the whole bottle.
And she opens the door. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There's the birth mom.
Yep. Chloe.
Okay, I have a question. How would the birth mother know where Brooke lives?
Yeah, that was my question too. Unless I was on like the application, but that feels like
that would only go
a break in privacy. Yeah.
That would only go to the adoption agency, not to the birth mother, because
Yeah.
the birth mother can give you the baby and then stalk you now.
Mm-hmm. Maybe a phone number she could have gotten at the most, but
I don't think so.
I don't know,
because that's just private information that they don't get.
Mm-hmm.
Again, if it's open adoption, then they're going to have that communication, but they're not going to have communication if it's closed. And so I'm like, what? But yeah, when she was just like, goes to the door, I'm like, then you wonder, then did she look up Brooke's name? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know,
and
or
found
maybe
her address.
Yeah, or maybe it was going to be an open adoption. I don't know. Yeah, just it's really weird.
They don't say it, and I wish they would.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Brooke's trying to hide the bottle behind her back and everything from Chloe. And yeah, so Chloe's just shown up unexpectedly, and then she has to explain who Chloe is without actually saying who she is to the other girls. So now she's doing what Quinn's doing, trying to lie. And she makes up the story that Chloe is a fashion student, so she's like mentoring her basically, and just like a friend. And so Brooke, obviously lets her stay, and because she wanted to give her Brooke cookies, so that's why she got dropped by.
Again,
And
you drop it off at the adoption agency, and then they will contact Brooke and have her pick them up.
right.
So then that's when Brooke pulls Haley aside to tell her, she didn't want everybody else to know, but to tell her who Chloe really was.
Yeah, it was funny because Haley got all excited and almost said it too loudly for the other girls to hear.
I know, because everybody like turns and looks at her, and she's like, "Oh, hey, oh, sorry about that."
Yeah. And then Brooke asked Millie to show Chloe Chloe around her house. And yeah, so I don't know why they waited so long to mention that her name's Chloe in this scene either, because I was like calling her the woman.
Well,
the birth mom.
I don't know why. I don't know why Brooke said show her around. Like, she does not get to just come around your house and look through. You know what I mean? She doesn't get to know this information. She is, giving her baby up for adoption.
Yeah, it was just to distract her so she could tell Haley the truth.
I know, but it was just annoying. She should have just been like, hey, get her some water or something. Not that. Because again, that's like a violation of everything for adoption.
Yeah. And then this was when like Brooke was starting to get her hopes up because she told Haley they could both be moms together, and but it's just the interview phase, so she's still kind of grounded with it.
Yeah, and then that's when Haley told her, like, there's no one better, and how she should pick you because why not?
Right. And then everybody's still stuck on Quinn and getting engaged to Clay. So Alex is asking her, like, is he going to get you a ring that you want, or have they talked? It's like, again, like just going off of nothing. Quinn didn't even say anything, to even hint that this was something that was going to happen.
Yeah, everybody's like, oh my gosh, you engaged? And she's like, I'm just dating. And then that's when Millie's like, they're in limbo. She's like, I am too. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I was like, Millie, you don't even know this relationship. Why are you talking? Why are you speaking about it?
And also, you and Mouth do not know what you want, where
right.
I think Quinn and Clay do. They're happy just living together and being together and happy that they didn't die. Like, I think that's what they're focusing on, is trying to be happy. Where you, on the other hand, y'all cheated and everything else and got it back together. You don't even know what you are. So it's like, you may be the limbo, but they're not. I'm like, what? They're just a happy couple.
Right. But then it got confusing because Quinn says that there's no rush. Maybe she got pregnant, but...
Yeah, so she got pregnant, yeah.
Yeah, so it was confusing because I was like, you just gave Haley the brush, and now you're saying maybe if you got pregnant, then you would marry Clay. That would be the only reason. So, yeah, I don't like when they, people do that. They get married just because, the woman gets pregnant.
I guess that's telling you where Quinn's values are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, remember, Haley wasn't going to sleep with anyone until she got married. So, I mean, maybe it's
I just in my opinion, I just don't think that's a good idea to get married for that reason.
It's not, but I think maybe their family thinks that.
Maybe, yeah.
It's clearly not Nathan's family because Dan didn't do that.
Yeah. And then we go to Ian saying he can't imagine having kids until he's like 40, which is funny because Nathan is there having kids before he was even 20.
I don't think this one's ever having children. Ian, he shouldn't.
Right. Yeah, but Nathan tells him kids are great. He'll see, and hopefully Julian will be seen very soon as well. And that's when Ian tells Julian that if it does happen, don't be a dick and don't try to make his kids like him. And because, his dad never got him ever. and not when he was 5, or not now, not ever. So Clay asks Ian if he's ever tried to talk to his dad about this, and Ian says he stopped trying to talk to him, a long time ago. By the time he stopped caring if they ever really spoke. And then back at the baby shower, Millie tells Brooke she was telling Chloe about her new job, and Brooke congratulates her on it. And Millie says at this rate she could join her in the unemployment line by the end of the week.
And then Chloe's like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes, I'm not unemployed. Again, just say you sold your company.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when she's finally had to be honest and say that, or no, who said it? You
Millie.
lost Millie. Yeah, you lost your company.
Yeah, Millie was just spilling everything, yeah.
Well, yeah, because then she said about her job, how stressful it is that she'd have to start doing coke again.
Yeah.
And then she says, I'm joking. And then some Brooke goes, she's joking. And she goes, I can joke about rehab now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. And then that's when Chloe's like, you're unemployed, to Brooke.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when she said that she had a clothing company, very successful one. Okay, just leave it at that. Like,
yep. But then she said they got into some trouble, so she doesn't have it anymore, and just keeps speaking.
And then Victoria comes in and telling Brooke, why aren't you returning my calls? And then it was brought up about prison.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but just kept getting worse.
Yeah, and then it's like, what? And then it's like, you went to prison, or she went to prison, and then it was like, oh, I went to prison. It wasn't bad. And like everyone is just going on about how they went to prison. And Haley's like even saying it, and Quinn's like, yeah, you went there more than anybody. And I'm like, why is everyone talking about prison?
Yeah, also, Lauren, said she never went yet. Mm-hmm.
Well, also Brooke and Haley, aren't they tied? Because they got arrested in high school for the clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there another time Brooke got arrested, or no?
Well, she got in trouble for stealing the bra, but she didn't go to jail for it. And like she stole she did things that didn't make her go to jail, like steal the test answers. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, did they arrest her when she went in for questioning, or no?
Oh yeah, for the fraud. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't her. Yeah. It wasn't like it was just like brought into question. Like I don't think she was well, I mean, maybe like a day arrest thing, but yeah, we just didn't see her.
Well, so was Haley's.
Yeah,
hers was just a day too. But I was just like, what? Okay,
right. And then yeah, so Chloe's starting to feel uncomfortable and maybe unsafe since, she didn't hear any of the reasons why these women went to jail,
They're all just happy they went to jail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she tells Brooke she's going to go, of course, and Haley tries to stop her then by saying she wants to make a toast to her amazing friend, Brooke, for throwing the party and for saving her son's life, because if she hadn't risked hers to save Jamie, she would have not been standing there with all of them happy, and there's a reason why she's Jamie's godmother.
Yep, and her best friend, yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she saved, Brooke's reputation with her own life, and then the people she's surrounded with at the last second there. Kind of, barely.
Yeah, I was happy Haley said something, because I'm like, everybody is
making it worse.
I mean, obviously, if they would have known, then they would not have said a word. But but yeah, I'm like, I was happy because I'm like, Haley, you're the only one that knows. Fix it.
Yeah. But Chloe is still unsure of what she witnessed of Brooke's inner circle, so Brooke tells her before she decides that they're not the right parents for her baby. She starts saying that she's sorry, about lying. She should have, told her the truth and not leave things out. But she did that because she was worried what she would think of them. And Chloe tells Brooke that she's 19 and pregnant, so she kind of gets the whole passing judgment thing. And Brooke says, but she's not 19, she's an older adult who knows better, which is true. She should have been honest with her. And Chloe tells her to be honest, now. And Brooke tells her that when she was a teenager, she was a mess. And she even gives her a photo of her teen self to show Chloe, saying she was popular, but she had no idea who she was or what she wanted.
Yeah, until then she met Julian.
Started Chloe line, yeah.
Well, and then she thought of, a family with him.
Yeah, because she's missing that.
and that he's going to be a good dad and all that. I liked her speech to Chloe, though.
Yeah, basically saying everything she should have that morning. Yeah.
Trying to redeem herself.
And then Chloe comments that Brooke looks really wasted in the picture, and Brooke admits that she was, and she tells Chloe she has better pictures of herself she can show her, but Chloe tells her it's okay, and she thanks Brooke for telling her the truth finally, and she'll think about choosing her and Julian. And then we go back to the baseball, at least with Ian, because he's throwing baseballs on the field while drunk when Nathan comes walking over.
Because he's always drunk.
Yeah, so he tells Ian, of course, that he can't have an open bottle in the mound and, the pros. And Ian says to Nathan how he mentioned how he spent the day today with his kid and doing the coaching and tryouts, and his dad has never even been to one of his games ever, not even when he had a game on the campus at the university where he works at before, which is really bad.
But maybe he was ashamed of him.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Like, look at how he's acting.
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't
treating him.
injured himself. Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't injured himself playing while drunk like that, even if it's just by like twisting his ankle or something. But yeah, he says he doesn't understand it and maybe he doesn't want to know. And Nathan says he gets sad, and him and Clay are serious about being his agents, but it might upset his father, but of course Ian doesn't have a problem with that. And then that's when the deal is made, and Nathan welcomes Ian to Fortitude. And then Millie gets home to see Mouth, writing some stories to help her and set up a camera so they can practice.
That was nice.
And then he tells her that when he went on air for the first time, someone told him that, someone that he loves told him to just pretend that he was talking to her, great advice.
And she goes, someone you love? And then she said, best roommate ever.
Yeah, that kind of killed it.
How do you go from love to roommate?
I think the writers, that was their way of saying that they live together now, which wasn't necessary. They could have done it differently, but yeah.
Like, I'm happy to live with you.
Yeah, or that we're, living together again or something like that, yeah.
Yes.
And then Julian and Brooke clean up after the baby shower, with Brooke telling him like what happened with Chloe, and he tells her that doesn't sound that bad, and Brooke says it was that bad because there's no way Chloe wants them as the parents after today, with the help of Millie.
Yeah, Millie talking about drug problem and everything.
Yeah, and Victoria's showing up yelling about prison.
And then he said, well, we can explain it. And she's like, I tried. It's like, yeah, I don't think that's happening. Like, I don't think you guys need to talk anymore.
Right. And then Nathan gets home, and Haley kisses him, saying that kiss was for giving Jamie a great day. So Nathan asks how her day was, and Haley says it was great. She thinks Lydia enjoyed it too. And she says she didn't want to get her hopes up until she talked to Quinn about the name first. So, Nathan thinks about it for a moment with all their names together and says it's perfect.
Stupid. Me with my wife and in-laws.
Basically.
I'm sorry. That's all I'm going to. I would never do that as a hack to the no. No. Am I going to sit there and have all of no? Like,
right.
Can't.
And then Clay asks Quinn, was the baby shower good? And she's not really.
Maybe that's why they could only have two. They only had two kids because there's only two parents.
Right. Yeah, so Clay asks Quinn, was the baby shower good? And she's not really listening because her mind is somewhere else. So Clay asks her what she's thinking about, and Quinn says she was just thinking about something the girl said today.
But never said what.
Right, and then she asks Clay to pull over to a pathway that's lit with lights and, the lights in the trees and everything. But then we go to Jamie walking downstairs in his full baseball uniform, and Haley loves it. And Jamie asks Haley if she had fun at her party, and Haley says she did, but she missed him.
And then he gives Haley the ball that he got for his sister. And he had a little saying on there for her. It was cute.
Yeah. Yeah, he said that, he can't wait to play catch with her. And he even put it to Lydia, so he already knows the name.
Well, he said Nathan told him.
Yeah. And he likes the idea about his sister being.
By the way, isn't that a little too fast? Nathan was just on the couch. And what they do, pass each other in the hall. Her name's Lydia, and then he quick writes it on the ball, and then, here you go, Mom. Like,
right, yeah.
It wasn't like it was like the next morning where he had time
later that night, yeah.
of like he had time to think, or he could have ran in their bedroom when they were, like trying to sleep and look at what I got her. It's like,
yeah, unless he like already had that written out and was just like waiting to get the name, maybe.
it was a little too close
Yeah.
timing.
And then, yeah, Haley tells him his sister's gonna love it and love having him as a big brother. And then back with Quinn and Clay, they walk down that path, and Quinn says it feels familiar, and she asks Clay if he feels it. And then we go back to when they were in the in-between where they walked to that green path, and Clay says he can feel it and asks if they've been there before, but Quinn says no, and then she tells him she loves him. So that caught me off guard. I'm like,
Yeah, why
bring
no?
it? Yeah, why bring it up and then not talk, why it seems familiar.
Yeah, why
even when he
take,
remembers.
Why even take him there and then just be like, no, I don't know.
And then too, like, remember in the in-between, he said that he always wanted to take her there, right?
Yeah, because they even in the flashback they said she says we'll go together.
And then he gets there and he doesn't really fully remember the place. So I'm like, that's weird. I mean, it looks different, but still, it seemed like he already knew this place before, like a while. So
this whole thing was weird. Like, why did it need to be said? I don't know. It was just stupid to me.
So yeah, this was just their kind of way of saying too, like they just love the place that they're at right now. They don't need to like take another step or anything.
That's all they had to say.
Engagement, yeah. And then Chloe shows up to tell Brooke and Julian that she thought about, today and everything. And it seems like they have a lot of baggage. And she wants two people who are going to love the baby, who can care for them and who will understand when they make a mistake. So she thinks it's okay that they've made mistakes. And that's why she wants them to be the parents. So Julian and Brooke are so relieved with the good news and what they've been waiting for. But of course, we know as watchers that this doesn't last long. But it's still a happy ending for the time being.
For this episode. So for me, the high was watching Quinn eat the ice cream.
Oh.
It was funny.
Right.
The low, Ian.
Yeah.
I don't like the guy. What about you?
Yeah, I don't like Ian either. Then, later they finally reveal that he's probably one of the worst up there with Dan. But the favorite part was just Brooke finally being honest with Chloe instead of trying to hide and trying to make it seem like that her and Julian are like the perfect people and have the perfect lives and everything, And the truth is what eventually made Chloe like trust that Brooke and Julian are the right fit, for the baby. Yeah, and then Ian's just horrible. And then rating?
I'd rate this 8.5. I liked it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, 8.5. And then the best and worst?
The worst, Ian. Goes without saying.
Yeah.
The best. Haley, because I think that Haley's little speech that she gave helped Chloe decide. Because she was definitely not going towards yes.
Right.
What about you?
Yeah, the worst is Ian, for obvious reasons, like we've been talking about. And the best was Brooke, just because, she was the one that did the surprise baby shower at her place while also juggling, her adoption things at the same time, which probably had been a bit stressful. And
it probably got her mind off of it because every day you're going to be like, are we the chosen one? Are we the so it kind of gets your mind off of it.
Right, yeah, but still probably a little bit hard to juggle a little bit. And that she finally came to her senses about being honest with Chloe instead of trying to look perfect when she's not.
She kind of had to when everybody's lives were outed.
Well, I mean, before that in the interview.
Well, yeah, but she didn't realize she had to tell the truth until Chloe went there and saw the negativity, and she was like, "Okay, I have to be honest." Like, I think she would have still kept it a secret if Chloe didn't go there.
Maybe, but I don't know. I feel like she would have. I don't know. I just feel like it would have come out sooner or later somehow.
Yeah, it kind of had to. And then what's next episode?
Episode 17, The Smoker You Drink, The Player You Get, which sounds like Ian.
I can't believe that's a song.
Right.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Yep. And see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of Duo Chat. If you want to chime in with your opinion about the episode and the show we discussed, you can email us at duochatpodcast@gmail.com. And to keep up with updates about the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube at Duo Chat Podcast. And give us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. We would appreciate it.